Logan, I simply can't believe it. My little boy is coming home.
Watch that stuff. Our little boy.
I'm sorry. My grandmotherly pride has overwhelmed my good sense.
You're forgiven this once, and speaking of good sense, I just thought of something.
What?
We're not ready for him to come home yet. The crib has been in storage so long, it's probably got mold on it.
Oh, for heaven's sake, stop fretting. All that's been taken care of.
What?
Right after Judge Lewis handed down his decision, I called Bennett's and ordered everything Jamie could possibly need. Well, maybe a little more than he actually needs, but then why take a chance?
Oh, you didn't.
I can't tell you what pleasure it gave me to make that phone call. I put everything on special delivery, and it's being delivered here this morning.
You know what you are? You're Superwoman. That's, you probably got a big red S on your chest.
Super Grandma will, too. But now, please, let's get down to business. It's time to make that phone call to Raven.
Yeah, I better let her know I'm on my way over. You know, I don't even know what Jamie eats anymore.
Oh, let me worry about that, will you? And tomorrow we'll make an appointment with his pediatrician.
That's a good idea.
I'm going to do everything I can to make this transition as easy and smooth as possible, Logan.
You're fantastic. You want to get married?
Hello?
Hello, Raven, this is Logan.
Yes, I knew you'd call this morning. You want to make some gloating remark, right?
No, I'm not interested in gloating, just Jamie. I want to come by and pick him up.
What's the hurry?
I didn't think you'd want him on your hands any longer than necessary, so I thought I'd come by and get him.
Well, no. Logan, look, he's a mess. I have to feed him, I have to bathe him, I have to clothe him. He won't be ready for at least 2 hours.
All right, I'll be there in exactly 2 hours.
All right, I'll tell him to expect you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, guess I'll go by the office and clear up my schedule for this afternoon, then I'll pick up Jamie. Raven says she needs a couple of more hours.
Oh, really?
And in exactly 1 hour, Jamie, you and I are going to be on our way to the airport. And then we're going to go to England. Would you like that? Yes, we'll go to England. Isn't that fun?
Funny, you know?
What is?
Well, starting the day off like this. With you cooking me breakfast and my heading out the door toward the office. It's almost like we were married.
Oh, not quite. For one thing, this isn't our house. And for another, you're going to your uncle's office, not yours.
Well, that's true. And if I was going off to work, you'd be kissing me goodbye.
Have a nice day, Kelly.
Can I have a kiss?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hurry up, because I want to check on my sister.
Okay, call you later.
Nicole? Nicole, are you in there? Nicole? Nicole? Nicole?
Come on in, Mike.
You have good reason to be pleased with yourself, Cliff. You really pulled the rabbit out of the hat this time.
Look, Mike, I'm not going to fool myself. You're the one that pulled the rabbit out of the hat. I should say the letter out of the magazine.
Well, it was just fate, that's all.
I can't believe that I had Raven's letter right here all the time and never knew it. And then you walked into that courtroom, and there it was, our whole case. Oh, a sweet victory.
Well, the victory was Logan's, getting his little boy back. He's going to be in your debt forever, Cliff.
You mean it's going to take him that long to pay his bill?
You were responsible for that letter turning up. If you hadn't searched Elliot Dorn's office that night, you would have never found that magazine.
Yeah, I guess that's right. All's well that ends well.
Yep. This case has ended happily. Now let's hope that the Dorn case goes well, too.
You know, I might be able to pick up some points on that one, too.
Yeah, you mentioned something about that at the Scotts yesterday. As a matter of fact, I quoted you last night, Cliff.
You quoted me? To who?
To whom? To Kelly McGrath, my nephew. As a matter of fact, he's going to be here any minute in the office to see me.
Well, why didn't you quote me to Kelly?
Wanted to ease his mind a bit. As you may know, he's painted himself into a corner in this case. Not only did he have that fight with Elliot Dorn that night, but he decided to go back there to retrieve his puppets, probably about the same time the murder was being committed.
Yeah, I know. Deborah told me the whole story. Not that she thinks he did it, you know. She has great instincts, Mike, and she doesn't see how he can be involved. It's all too obvious.
Well, just because something is obvious doesn't make it false.
Yeah. Logan used to say that all the time, too.
Anyway, Draper's talked to Kelly. But if you have any ideas...
I do, Mike. I'd like to take Kelly on as a client.
Well, he's not a client yet.
Well, I'd like to ask him a few questions anyway. I'm very interested in this Elliot Dorn thing.
Well, I told Kelly that you have an idea who might have committed the murder. You're not ready to reveal your theory yet, are you?
No, Mike. I'd rather wait, you know, get all my ducks in a row, so to speak.
Of course, Sherlock Holmes never produced a solution until he had all his facts.
Elementary, my dear Watson. You simply invite all the guests into the living room.
All the suspects, Holmes, and then you spell it out for them step by step. And then you tell them one by one why they didn't commit the murder.
Until you get to the real murderer. And then you point the finger.
Well, I really appreciate it, Cliff, but I don't know if I can tell you any more than what I told Draper.
Well, I appreciate you going through the story again. You see, I have an advantage over Draper. I know the investigating officers very well.
Just for your information, Cliff, there are 8 investigating officers. Now, you only know 2 of them.
But they're 2 of the best, aren't they?
You mean Detectives Saxon and Stoner? Yeah, but they haven't taken me off their suspect list yet, have they?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, they haven't. But I'm sure that'll change when they find out your background.
Your background?
Well, yeah. Mike and Nancy, and of course your parents. That's not to say that would mean anything if they come upon any real hot evidence, like, let's say, your fingerprints on the murder weapon.
There were no fingerprints, Cliff.
All right, or Elliot Dorn's blood on your handkerchief, or one of your puppets.
A puppet? Why did you say that?
Well, you are a puppeteer, and a puppet could be used as a glove. Look, I don't want to depress you. I'm on your side, believe me. And as I said, so are Deborah and Calvin.
Maybe I'd better tell him, Mike.
You didn't tell Draper, I understand.
No, I didn't.
Tell me what? What are you talking about?
About my background. See, when I was in Rome, I got into some trouble over a young lady.
Ah, beautiful senorita, huh?
Wrong country, Cliff.
No, she wasn't Italian or Spanish. She was American. She's the daughter of a diplomat. You know, I thought Karen was really into me until I found out that she had another boyfriend. He was Italian. She was using me to try to make him jealous.
Turned out she was playing a dangerous game.
One night, she called me up and asked me to meet her in a secluded spot. So I did. 3 men jumped us, all with hoods over their faces. They beat me up and they attacked her.
Wow.
Yeah, wow is right. The worst part came afterwards. When the police interrogated Karen, she accused me of attacking her. She didn't mention a word about the 3 guys who jumped us.
Well, why'd you do that?
One of the 3 men was her boyfriend. It was an act of revenge, and she didn't want to turn her boyfriend in.
So she turned me in.
But she didn't bring charges against Kelly. She was just trying to get her boyfriend off the hook. Kelly was no more than a sacrificial lamb.
See, now, that's why I left Rome. Because my parents were suffering so much from the scandal.
That is some background.
You haven't changed your mind about helping me in case I need it?
Oh, no, of course not. No.
Good. Oh, wow. Mike, listen, I have that job interview at 11:30.
Oh? Oh, then you better get going.
Yeah.
Kelly, incidentally, I promise you a better dinner tonight than we had last night. Nancy will be back home.
That'll be good for both of us.
Good luck in the interview.
Thank you.
So long, Kelly.
Thank you, Cliff.
Well, Cliff, still enthusiastic about your assignment?
Well, yeah, I know who killed Elliot Dorn, and it wasn't your nephew. Just I wish all that stuff in Rome didn't happen.
Well, we can't change the past.
Did he tell you this story, or did you find it out from somebody else?
Eventually, he told us about it, but only after his parents had written to us about it.
And you sure that it happened the way he said?
We assume it did.
I mean, I believe him, Mike. I wish we had some evidence to corroborate his story. Oh, Anna, can you give me the AP here in Monticello?
Who are you calling, Clint?
A friend of mine, Pete Carstairs. I played football with him in college. He wasn't very good. Anyway, he's a reporter now, a foreign correspondent type, and he was in Rome about 4 or 5 weeks ago, working for the AP there. You don't mind if I call him and ask him a few questions, do you?
No, I don't mind. Not at all. If you really think it's necessary.
I feel like an idiot. I mean, slipping in the bathtub and bumping my head.
Yeah, but you didn't slip in the tub. You weren't even in the tub yet.
Well, don't expect me to remember details.
Jody, what do you remember? What was that made you go in there looking for Nicole in the first place?
Well, I was worried about her. She was taking an awful long bath. So I just decided to go in and see if she was okay. You weren't feeling well. You told me that yourself.
What was same old stuff? Weakness, dizziness?
I was feeling a little bit achy, and I thought a hot bath would make me feel a lot better. And as a matter of fact, I still think a hot bath would make me feel a whole lot better. So why don't you two just leave me alone so I can...
I don't have any intention of leaving you alone. If nothing else, you must have given yourself a bad crack on the head when you fell down. I don't feel anything. Does it hurt?
No, it feels a lot better. Listen, I told Jody I didn't think it was necessary for you to come. I knew you'd just take it too seriously, and I see you have.
I take anything that happens to you seriously, especially when you almost break your neck.
Well, I don't know. The floor may have been slippery. I might have dropped some soap.
All right, now look, I want you to be completely honest with me. Did you slip?
No. I was pushed. Are you satisfied?
Please, I just want to know whether you had a dizzy spell, if you fainted.
No, I didn't faint.
You're sure?
Yes, I am sure. But I was dizzy. And I think that's why I slipped. I was standing at the sink, and I was washing my face, and I put the towel over my eyes, and I became very disoriented, and I didn't know where I was, and I think that's when I lost my balance.
So you didn't slip on any bar of soap?
No, I don't think so.
Do you want me to get that?
Yeah, please. All right, listen, I'm not going to yell and scream at you.
Hello?
You're anemic. You have the right to have a dizzy spell once in a while.
Who's calling, please?
Well, I'm glad you're not going to make a fuss.
Well, I didn't say that, did I?
Miles, it's for you.
All right, let me get it downstairs. You stay here and you take care of slipping, Beauty.
No.
He'll be with you in a moment.
Come on.
Okay, Jody, I have it. Yes, Jeremy. Thanks for calling back. Well, it's Nicole, of course. She's had an accident. She says she slipped in the bathroom, hit her head, knocked herself out. No, of course I don't think it's that simple. I think it would have happened wherever she was. I'm afraid she may be worse.
Okay, baby, you're next. Now, don't fuss, because you and I are gonna get in a taxi cab, and we're gonna go to London to visit the Queen. Maybe, if everything works out all right, I'll be the Queen, and I can buy Buckingham Palace, and we can live there. Would you like that? You would? I told the taxi driver to call on the intercom.
Hello, Raven. I hope you don't mind if I come in.
What are you doing here?
Well, I see you're all prepared. I assume these are Jane's things.
Yes, I told Logan that he would be ready in an hour or two.
And I see you've packed his things in your best luggage.
That's all I have is my best luggage, and don't worry, I expect Logan to return it.
Yes, of course. Well, I must say you look very well.
Well, thank you. I didn't think I should be a bad sport. What I want to know is, why are you here?
I thought I could be of some help to Logan, to both of you for that matter. I thought I'd be able to make the transition a little bit easier for all of you.
Exactly how?
By finding out what Jamie is eating these days, about his schedule, his routine, his clothing, and so on.
Look, I thought Logan got custody, not you.
Logan is bound to be a bit confused for a time. After all, he hasn't been around his son for a good many months, as you well know.
So he sent you for a crash course in baby care.
My dear, you are the last instructor I'd seek in that subject. And no, Logan did not send me. He doesn't know a thing about it. He's at his office.
Yes?
Mrs. Swift?
Yes.
Taxi's here. I'll be waiting downstairs for
In
you.
a little while. Look, will you please leave now? I have about 1,000,000 things to do.
Raven, I see no reason why you should adopt this kind of negative attitude. Not now.
Will you get out of here? I do not want you in my house. Haven't I made that clear?
What's happening here? All this luggage. Surely Jamie doesn't have this much clothing. Raven, these are your things.
Of course they are. I'm going on a trip. Just as soon as Logan gets Jamie, I need a rest. Now, what's so strange about that?
I don't know. There's a taxi waiting out there. You were planning to leave.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Where in heaven's name do you think you're going? For your sake, I hope you're not planning to do anything illegal, like trying to kidnap Jamie a second time.
Are you crazy? I wouldn't do that. I don't want to go to jail. The taxi is probably for another tenant.
That call from the lobby, that was from the taxi driver. He addressed you by name. All of this luggage is packed. Jamie
Get
is
out of here! If you don't, I am going to use the phone and call the police and have you thrown out!
Very well, Raven. I'll leave. But on my way out, I will ask the taxi driver if he is waiting for a Mrs. Swift and son, destined for the airport. And if he is, I can assure you, I'll call the police myself.
No, don't go! Geraldine, please look. I'm his mother. Don't you see how hard this is for me? He's my baby. Jamie, I don't want to lose my baby.
Not a bad performance, Raven. Now you can stop all this nonsense and unpack these bags, because you're not going anywhere. I'm dismissing that taxi. And then the three of us are going to sit down and wait right here until Logan arrives.
Oh, Mike. Look, Mike, tell me honestly, are you upset that I called Pete to find out about Kelly's story?
No, Cliff, I admire your thoroughness. Not that it would make any difference. You see, I still believe Kelly's story about Elliot Dorn, no matter what you find out from your friend.
Well, you're probably right. I trust Kelly, honestly.
Well, so do I. But let me know if you hear anything, okay?
All right. I'm sorry. I know I've been ignoring you. But I've been very busy lately. Hello, Anna. Oh, you bet. Put him right on. Buongiorno, Pietro. How's the big football star, huh?
Ha! So, you finally decided to pay me that 20.
Do I owe you money?
No, but I say that to all the people I haven't heard from for a long time. You never know.
Same old Pete, huh? I would have thought that Italy would have changed you.
It did. I must have put on 30 pounds. The food is unbelievable,
Look, enough of this small talk, all right? What I called you about was a rape-assault case involving a diplomat's daughter.
Yes, my little backup quarterback. I've got your message right here. I didn't have to dig out any file on this case. It wasn't too long ago, and it's still pretty fresh in my mind. As a matter of fact, it caused quite a sensation.
Well, what happened?
Well, you got the basic story, right? The daughter of somebody from the trade mission was going with this young American guy named Pollock.
Pollock? Pollock, that's not his name.
Well, sure it is. I remember from the headlines. Kelly Pollock. His father was an architect.
Pollock? You know, you're right. His father's name is Pollock, but the name he's using here is McGrath. Kelly? That must be his mother's name. You think that's because of the headlines?
Well, the kid, he claimed he wasn't the one who attacked the girl. He said 3 guys beat him up and dragged him off. There was only one thing wrong with it. The girl said it was him.
Well, didn't he offer any alternate theory?
Yeah, a lot of us had an alternate theory. This girl was trouble, Clippy, with a capital T. She had this Italian boyfriend. She kept him dangling from a string, trying to make him jealous.
Yeah, I heard about that. Obviously, she succeeded.
Yeah, she didn't know she was playing with dynamite, though. Anyway, McGrath, Pollock, the American kid, said that it must have been her boyfriend, and now she was protecting him.
Well, what do you think happened, Pete?
I think he was telling the truth. I'll tell you another thing. This kid has a pretty mean temper, too.
But you're absolutely sure he did not attack that girl. You're right.
Well, look, don't quote me on that, you know. I'm not sure of anything. And I guess we'll never know for sure now.
Well, no, we might be able to locate this girl. She might come forward and change her story.
No, the girl and her family left Rome over 2 months ago. And as for her Italian boyfriend, he'll never say another word. He's dead.
Dead?
Yep. Stabbed to death.
I mean, stabbed?
Uh-huh. Just before McGrath, Pollock, whatever you want to call him, just before he went back to the States. Now listen, I gotta go. I got a deadline. And Cliffy, call me again when you do owe me money. Ciao.
Yeah. Bye, Pete. Stabbed, huh?